How does one become rich in an environment where there's 2% treasury rates and unemployment is high? It's difficult to get a job for a young person. How do you do that?
I think there's a few ways of looking at it. And the first thing I would consider, especially based on psychology, is to focus on the big wins, right? So the latte example is bad advice because one, it doesn't work, and two, it's minutia. Saving $2 or $3 a day doesn't really do anything in the grand scheme of things, and it makes us feel guilty, right? Instead, if we get these 5 or 10 big wins right, we never have to worry about lattes or the size of our Diet Coke ever again. For example, starting to invest early, getting your asset allocation right, not buying real estate simply because you think it's the best investment, like so many people believe. If you get these 5 or 10 big wins right, negotiating your salary, etc., you never have to worry about the little things.
Is room in the market for the best. The things that we do in product development and growth and customer service and all the groups that we have, it's about craftsmanship. It's about spending whatever it takes to build the best product. We do test, we do A/B test, we do all of that. But taking the time, because when we launch something, we know that it has to be the best. That's how we honor the students who joined our programs. There's room in the market for the best. Don't ever let the market pull you down. You should pull the market up with you.
There's 2 key things that stop people from moving forward, and it stops them for months, years, even decades. So the first one is, I don't have an idea. Oh, you don't have an idea? So what does that mean? You're just gonna wait for an idea to fall down from the sky? Oh, I don't have an idea either. You find an idea and you search out for it and you generate hundreds of ideas and then you slice and dice them and test them. So that's number one, the idea that a lack of idea is stopping you. That should never be the case. There are ways to generate ideas and then test them for profitability. That's what we talk about on our site. The second thing is, I don't have any time. Please give me a break. You don't have any time? Yes, you do. So it's almost like if you say, I don't have time, that's a politically correct way to say this is not a priority. Because no one can ever disagree with you and say, hey, you actually have time. It's sort of very politically incorrect to say. But if somebody says, I don't have time, yeah, I'm really busy too, man. So don't say that. When you start using phrases to describe yourself in a negative way, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So like I used to say, I'm just a skinny Indian guy. I used to weigh 50 pounds. I was very skinny. I was 50 pounds skinnier than I am now. And I was like, I'm just a skinny Indian guy. I can't put on any muscle. Wrong. I just wasn't eating enough and I wasn't working out. But because I said that, it became part of my identity. So when you say, I don't have time, I'm so busy, or the worst, I'm overwhelmed, then you become overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So if you fix those 2 things, know that you can find not just one idea, you can find hundreds of ideas. And the second thing is, you do have time. The world is under your control. The world does not control you. If you change those 2 things, you are very likely to succeed.
I asked somebody what they love spending on, and she said clothes. She said she loves buying clothes. I said, great. And she was so excited. I love whenever you ask people, their eyes light up. And I asked her, what would it look like if you quadrupled your spending? And she said, I would have clothes everywhere. Like all day long, I'd be ordering online. I'd be sending half of them back. And I said, where do you shop? And she said, Topshop. And I said, okay, so you quadrupled your spending. Where would you shop? She said, Topshop. I just have a lot more. And it was fascinating because when you ask people what they love spending on and if they could spend more, what would they do? Most people have never thought about it. She had limited herself into the box of Topshop. Now, I don't know, Topshop's perfectly fine, that's fine. But I guarantee you, if you quadrupled or 10x your spending on the thing you love, your money dial, you might shop at a different brand. You might even fly to the factory that makes them and get a behind the scenes tour, as I did when we went on our honeymoon. So why I'm sharing this is that so many of us operate in a linear way. Oh, if I have this thing I like coffee, I might get 2 coffees a day. But what if you actually truly love it? You might go to the coffee factory and bring your family with you. So there's this whole idea of what you can do with a rich life. And it doesn't just mean more stuff. It could be experiences. It could be security, like buying a house in a place that keeps you safe, or staying in a hotel where you're around things that are comfortable for you.